Welcome to my allotment, plot 3 in North Warwickshire. Just looking at the compost I use, my seeds have fired really well this year. Didn't really have a clue last year as it was my first year, but I do like the clover products that we get from our allotment shop. The seed are modular, 80 litres, that's about £7.50. And the clover multi-purpose is about £4.50 for 75 litres. I'm hoping you'll be able to see, but that's the seed, and that's the multi-purpose. I haven't found any stones or any rubbish in either. Yes, you've got the few small bits of twigs and what you'd normally find that quickly rot down, but as you've probably seen in my previous videos, the seeds have fired really well, and I've had some nice plants. We'll move on to the Parsnip Chitting reveal. If you remember, the one on the left was the taproot that was quite long and wiggly. We planted that as straight as we could. And then the one on the right we planted with the taproot bent uphill. And another one we tried was actually without the seed. It had actually threw the case off. So it had got the green leaves and the taproot. We'll start with the taproot uphill. I can see the seed, but no greenery, so we'll have a look at that first. Just break this open nice and gently. See what we've actually got. If the actual plant had actually grew. There is something there. Don't know exactly what it is. But there's nothing left of it. So that one, we actually damaged the root. Next, we'll try that one. We'll see how far the taproot actually made it. Some that I've actually done that have broken have been at least 4 inches long. But this perhaps will just show us what it actually looks like and how far it's got. So you can see the last bit there. Just open that up a bit more. I want to snap it off if I can help it. Just give you a closer look. So there's the top of the plant, and there's the taproot going all the way down to there. So that taproot is roughly, I'll just switch off, I'll come back. There we are, that's better. So I'm hoping you can see that. But the taproot is about 6.5 inches long from where it would have been out the ground, and as you can see there's only 2 leaves, and we've got a 6.5 inch taproot. Now if that was in an ordinary pot, the taproot would have curled round the bottom and you would have got a funny looking parsnip at the end of it. So the golden rule is you either plant them straight into the ground, stone free, or use kitchen or toilet rolls. But a little toilet roll, I would think, would be too small. You would have to get, as soon as the leaves appear, you'd have to get them in the ground as soon as it poked its head up. But I think that was very worth doing. I may be able to salvage that, but I have got plenty. We'll move on now to the one without the seed. Now that's got some leaves in the middle, so I wonder if it's actually found the bottom. We'll find out. I've just slid it out the case and it is a little bit awkward, but I've cut a hole in the bottom just so that the roots can get out. And with this, when you actually plant them in the ground, you dig your hole, do a hole with your podger as deep as you can, fill it full of fine sieved soil, fill that with to the top, encase all this in the ground, and then just shake it out. Obviously here we're going to lose it, but they do come out. I have tried it and it does work really well. Just breaking that away now. That has worked really well for an experimental purposes. Just going to try and find something to place that on. Closer look. I hope you can see that, but there's roots all over the place. I'm going to rinse that off with a little bit of water. Be back in a minute. Doesn't look like my tablet's going to switch off. No, I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to have to pop it outside, fetch the trusty sparrow. I do apologise about this, but I can't edit, so I'll just have to just a pity I didn't have that with me at the time, but I think you can see now you would have had a funny shaped parsnip using trying to use the long tapping route. It hasn't actually got any longer, it's just actually fired the little legs out, which would not have made you a very nice parsnip at all. I got myself some carrots out of those that was in the bed that overwintered. Not brilliant, but they'll make a meal. Some nice radishes and some nice hearts of little gems. I've got about 8 there. So that's nice to have our first food off the allotment. We'll move into the polytunnel. It's nice to get a few seeds planted. Broad beans are far and away, potatoes are looking well. Everything in here now is getting to where it should be. Got my tomatoes in all the tubs now, and there's been pea pods galore. Probably see them better on that plant over there. French beans, they're up and about. Somebody very kindly offered me some little gems, but they're called red gems, so that'll be interesting. Very interesting colour. But yes, it's I'm really pleased how this year's going now. These lettuces are going leaps and bounds. I'll just show you what I've planted outside. My asparagus, I've got one popped his head up. I haven't got my towel on the microphones today, so I may get a bit of noise, but there's the original 2 rows of parsnips, 2 rows of turnips, 3 rows of beetroot, bolt hardy, and I've got another 2 rows of parsnips. I'll just pop round and show you the holes that I've done. I was going to do more today, but time's time. So I've dug a trench. This is for the plastic pots that are split, put inside of one another. Dig a trench with my navvy shovel, about 4 inches wide, 4 inches deep. Then made some holes, as deep as I could get them, with the trusty podger. Top those up with sieved compost soil, as long as it hasn't got any stones in. Just place those pots on top. Dig the next trench, place the soil around that, and then release the parsnip into the ground. That seemed the best method for that. My second sowing of peas, they're coming up well now. I'll just pop them out during the day, but they're looking really well. Obviously, me and Mark Davison, great channel there. If you haven't subscribed to him, get and have a look at what he gets up to. It's absolutely brilliant. But we have a little bit of banter about weeds. I did buy a new hoe when I first started, and I've been working that hard. It's ended up like this. LOL. Many thanks to everybody subscribing. It's been a beautiful bank holiday weekend. Managed to see the granddaughter. Had a stopover Saturday night into Sunday. Had a busy day today. Everybody's busy, and it's nice to get caught up. Happy growing, everyone.